Yo. Now we here. I messed this shit up. My bad, yo.
You didn't mess nothing up, you learning.
Yeah, I am. This is our first time on StreamYard. So welcome to the stream. This is the... What's a nice broadcast, babe?
Oh, sorry.
She was eating french fry. That's her fault.
Yeah, I always get a brain fart when you ask me this. Why don't I write this down?
You do. You got no right there.
Self-destruction
of the
melanated relationships.
What would you say, babe, would be the cause of our slow destruction right now? What would you say? What would be the cause of that?
Like communicatively as a whole, it's like speaking in general.
Huh?
Speaking in general. I just like to clarify. So
yeah, just speaking in general, your point of view. Your point of view.
Speaking in general, I would say it boils down, just to be direct, like I said earlier. It stems from our history. A lot of it stems from our history and has just trickled into generation after generation. But it's trying to talk to people about our history. Nobody wants to accept the truth.
Right.
And it's so bad that even if the truth is coming from our own people, we don't even want to hear from our own people.
What would you say that is? When you say that, we don't want to listen to our own people. What you mean by that? Can you give me an example?
Like, I guess I have to think about that. To give an example, I'm noticing how the people distributing our history, our people's story to us, is not our own people. We are not the ones writing our story about
at all
our history here in the Americas.
Somebody else giving it to us.
Yeah, we're not the ones publishing and pushing out our own history. It's people writing these stories for us and then putting it into the public, giving it openly, freely to the public, and passing it as if this is facts, this is true, and it's not.
Let's wind this down. What does it do with relationships?
Well, I guess that's a branch. Let's branch out from that into relationships. Because we were stripped from everything, our traditions, our cultures, how we perceive life, how we valued things was also stripped from us. And so the relationships of today that we build, even amongst friendships, it's poor. It's piss poor. It's sad. Our connection with each other is very disconnected, and we're okay with that.
Right.
And we're moving as if everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to, and it's not. We're so disconnected as a people. We keep thinking that we're all from all these different tribes when we're all the same group, just different branches of the same tree.
From your perspective.
From my perspective.
Right. Okay. Because I want that to be clear because oh my boy, Dumbo. He done jumped up. Hold up. Do I got the mic plugged in so we can add the stream? What's up, my guy?
What's up, bro? For some reason, my earphones ain't connecting, but can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, we good then. We all good.
Yes,
sir. Hell yeah. What's up with y'all? What y'all doing for this Valentine's Day, this love day?
Oh, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day because
okay.
Valentine's Day is every day.
You know.
Oh, I feel it. Hey,
No, that was lame as hell, but
call it what you want.
Oh yeah, that was lame as hell.
I'm with it 100%.
You say, broski?
I said I'm with it 100%. What was y'all talking about though?
Well, we were just talking about how our community, the black community, well, melanated people, what is the disconnect in relationships?
Extraterrestrial influence from like not even just the media, just everything and everybody, including which is my main topic today, which I was like, it was all in my
Shout out to my boy Grumph for being here. I'm sorry about that, bro.
No, you good. Nah, my main topic was today that I was talking about was how single people have an influence on somebody's relationship more than somebody in a relationship.
You digging in my head, boy, because I was just talking about this shit earlier. But
yeah, it's crazy because like the most people on like say YouTube, like they the main ones, or the single people are the main ones who are giving advice to people looking to relationship. Yep, like dating advice and all that is always from like some single person who, you know, pretty much a sworn person, whether that be a woman or a man.
So I got a video I want to show up, right? I'm gonna pull up real quick. I'm gonna set us back real quick.
Hey, why you doing that? You and your girl game. I saw that.
Oh yeah, she
me
was
my girl.
Okay.
Yeah, me and my girl game too. So we gonna.
Yeah. Hey, we got a. What's up?
We got a squad.
Man, listen, I told you the download wars. Okay, I'm gonna download. We're gonna talk about that after because I don't want to get all.
We'll talk about that after. We talk about that.
Let me get into this video I want y'all to see, right? All right, I want y'all to check this out. This is from the 1986 video. What was the name of it?
I can't remember the name, but it was recorded in 1986, and it was discussing about the black family.
I'm gonna look it up and find it. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up on screen real quick. Check this out.
See,
No, not that.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility. And then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so, you know, it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
I ain't thinking about holding up for no sex, my man. You know, if a girl, you know, she get having a baby, carrying a baby, hey, that's on her. You know, I'm not gonna stop my pleasures because of another woman.
What about birth control? What about condom?
Girls don't like them things. They don't like them things. Girl tell you to take them things off. They figure that you saying that they filthy or they dirty or something.
It's been a startling change in values. 25 years ago, you would not have heard such things said so freely because they were not embraced so widely. The strong family was still the backbone of Black America, and 3 out of 4 children had both parents at home. That is true no longer. Most black children are now growing up without their fathers. The result is a world turned upside down as children copy what they see and repeat what they learn. LaDawn said she didn't have a father in her home and doesn't think her children need one. She's not unusual. Half the black families today are headed only by a woman. Clorinda said she could make it on her own as a single parent. She has never been married and is raising her daughter without a man's help. She's not unusual. Today, nearly 60% of all black children are born out of wedlock. Timothy said his children are not his responsibility. He has left them to be supported by their mothers and welfare. He's not unusual either. For LaDawn and Clorinda and Timothy, and many more like them in cities all over America, the traditional family no longer exists. It has vanished, and something new is taking its place. Single women and the children they're rearing alone are the fastest growing part of the black population. What becomes of the black family in a world where the values are being turned upside down?
If the parent is 17 and 18, uneducated, unmotivated, fooling around, wandering around, what's the child gonna learn? Who's to teach him? When you learn something, you was taught by your parents. It was reinforced by school and your neighbors, but it was taught by your parents. Well, if the parents don't know anything, how are they going to teach the children? So it's not racism that I'm fighting right now. It's the lack of motivation. See, I'm not even talking about racism. Maybe later on we'll get back to that. But I think we are destroying ourselves.
Woo!
Yo, I've never seen that.
CBS documentary.
Yo,
how you feel about that one? Now, I was born in '87. And
Okay.
I was born to a single mother.
Yeah.
And so the outcome, in my eyes, especially how she talks about my father and how she don't even want to bring him up. I'm just gonna be honest. It crossed a lot of parallel. It parallels a lot with the woman that was talking about. I don't need a man. I don't need. I can raise my child by myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, your take on it, brother. Go ahead.
It's just crazy. The women's part, I low-key understand because of how harsh that programming is of just the welfare system, how they program just the whole system to them. And I can understand how they would think that, but it's crazy how the man just felt like he ain't got no responsibilities.
You seen that? It was crazy. It was like
I've never seen that in my life, bro.
That's crazy. And
he said it like how we think it, but you know, nowadays people don't say it like that, but he just was straightforward with it. Like,
and you know, back then people was very, especially back in the day, those days, people were very blunt. You know what I'm saying? Our generation was very, not my generation, but that was before a year before I was born. But that generation of kids, because that's what they were kids.
Yeah.
Were I ain't gonna say volatile, but whatever they said, they meant it.
Yeah, bro.
And apparently, this man right here, man, my bad. Go ahead. Let me get your take on that, bro.
Oh no, go ahead, bro. You was going in.
No.
Because we on the same.
I really want to hear what you were saying because I was about to be carrying on to another thing. Go ahead.
Oh man, yeah, just man, like I just feel like now we came a long way from that. Like just like me and you, like, I can tell you a father. I'm not a father yet, but I already know like I'm gonna be there for mine, and that's just off the dribble. Like
you know
what I'm saying? Because my mom, she did it without welfare, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I know, yeah, it's true. A black woman can take care of the kid, but raising the kid, like we had food, you know, we had what we needed. You know what I mean? We never really wanted for nothing. That's cool. But relating that to my life, like if my dad was around a lot more, my life would have been a lot different, you know? So personally, my outlook on the whole like welfare and the benefits and stuff is a little different. And I just know a different side of it. So it's kind of hard for me to even really speak on it for real. But it's just crazy how like a system can really program a certain race of people to think just the total opposite of what we are thinking today. You know what I'm saying? Like how me and you think, like how that was, and it just messed up a whole generation of kids. Like real talk, bro.
And I see that, and I also look at how they were verbalizing themselves.
Yeah.
Us now, the older we've gotten, the more books we read, right? Back then, in my opinion, people didn't value education like they value education now. You see what I'm saying? People back then had trades and stuff like that. I know a lot of janitors, not a lot of janitors, but a lot of people that were just carpenters, electricians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they dropped out of school, right? And got their trade and built on something, right?
Right.
What's up? Hold up. You good? Okay. And so the difference was now people can articulate more how they feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell at this point in time in life that they couldn't even really express themselves. We were going through a very sexual liberated era right there because cocaine and drugs was pushed in. So that feel good vibe, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to touchy, feel. Because remember, drugs was here, but they wasn't as prevalent in certain neighborhoods until the 60s through the 80s, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And so that was in my eyes, that was a real big blow to the black family. You're talking about their parents was coming out of segregation. They was in school where kids they was in all black schools, and then they got pushed into all white schools. See, my mother was born in 69.
Mm-hmm.
So around that era, she witnessed racism and she dealt with it, but she really was a 80s teenager. You know what I'm saying? She grew up majority of the time in the 80s. So she understood racism, but that era back then, bro, and which is a very unaccountable era because they didn't have social media and other people holding them accountable for the shit like on let's get blasted on TV like that with the CBS, that would have been all over TikTok. And if people been shaming him and all this, that, and the third, you see what I'm saying?
For real.
Yeah, it'd have been crazy. But yeah. I ain't want to keep going.
What was you gonna say after that though? You was about to say something after that before you let me go.
No, shit, I forgot.
No.
I forgot I started carrying on, bro.
You good. But yeah, I'm still like mind boggled about what Brett said and so straightforward. It was like he said that out of a book, bro.
Yeah.
Like what we all say.
Yeah. Like he didn't give no fuck. He knew that the government was gonna take care of her and their baby. He didn't care.
That's really how the children felt in the household. Like, damn, this dude really don't care about us. Like,
but then at the same time, this is why I get with the media too. They didn't interview people from every perspective. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was a very volatile perspective from a man perspective because it's looking at him like, this is the ain't shit man. What about the man that dealing with the bad baby mama that's arguing with back and forth that don't want to see his child? You know what I mean? They're not showing that, you know what I'm saying? They're not showing that perspective. So, bro, it's crazy how that narrative can get pushed so hard. Like how that shit just made both of us feel.
Yeah.
When he said that shit, like, damn, that makes us think that every black man back then thought like that.
That's what it makes you. And that's where it comes in that, okay, not only shouldn't single people speak on relationships, but people who aren't black should not speak on
black topics. I said that shit.
Period. If you black and you dating outside the race, do not speak on black love. Period. I feel like you have no say. You have no say. How?
I say, and I said this, and I was talking to one of my boy Brian, trying to shout out to you, my boy. He out there in Baton Rouge right now, and
that's bro. He go to the HBCU or something.
Yeah. See, I went to Grambling High School, and Grambling State University is right there on campus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was an all black high school, all black. Remember, the Grambling State was an all black university, bro. I went on the website. They didn't change the name.
Damn.
I've never seen as many white children I've seen in that damn thing in my damn life, bro.
Are they gentrifying the neighborhood?
Bro, they gentrifying, and they just dropped a $32 million grant to make the building. Now that building been there since 1971.
Here in Cali, but I lived in the Bay. I'm in LA right now, though.
Yeah,
I was in the Bay. They gentrified the whole shit. Like Facebook came and shut all that down, bro. They shut all that shit down. My old school's torn down. You know what I'm saying? Remodeled, don't look the same. Whole new everything, bro.
Yeah,
it ain't the same no more, bro. It's a whole new program going on right now, though. You know what I'm saying? They trying to keep everybody out of relationships now, though. They trying to keep everybody pretty much to themselves, have them enter that metaverse bullshit and invest all their time and energy in that. That way, Facebook, you know, Mark Zuckerberg and what's that other nigga name? Elon Musk and, you know, all the big billionaires, Amazon and all them, they want to be the gods of the real planet. And the only way they can do that is to put everybody else in a whole different world, and they can just take over everything. Everybody gonna be in a fake world. They in the real world taking over everything. Man, the electric cars, everything, bro. Everything's electronic. The wallets, your money, they gonna be having control of the banks. I'm telling you, bro, it's about to happen. It's gonna be the new world order for real. It's gonna be all on one accord, bro. Yeah, like everybody around the world, around the nation.
Bet. So, babe, what was your take on what we was talking about?
Well, just to add to both of what both of you guys were saying, to me, it just sounds like it's like bad business. So you don't mix business with feelings. And knowing that in our community, we deal with a lot of detachment from emotions from our men, and as well as from our women, emotions that they can't control. Right. And then trying to make that work in a relationship and a marriage. And not a lot of people know a marriage really is a business. When you file documents to get married, it's just two people coming together as partner companies.
Yeah.
And you know, doing business. And so knowing that
people doing bad business.
Yeah, they know our people. We don't work from their system, and knowing that, just having that mindset and knowing that we don't work from their system, everything's gonna fall apart regardless. We're coming from a broken foundation regardless because we don't know the system.
I say that all the time.
So that's my take on it.
Yeah, it's already a broken system. It's already flawed.
Exactly. They break their own laws.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's weird. And it's hard talking to other people about this because they don't understand how serious this is.
Hey, Prolific, you was in the military. About contract marriages, right?
Oh man, they was all
man.
They was all through there, bro. You were just folks just get married to get BAH, man.
Yeah, BAH in the apartment.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And so
marriage is
not folks who want to stay in the barracks. So they,
an American tradition, bro.
Yeah, and then they'll be cheating. The value of marriage has changed.
Yeah,
because the value of people's mindset, what they value, has changed. Oh, there go my big dog Brian Turner. Let's go. Hold on, I ain't seen him in there.
That boy Brian in here.
There he is. Oh, it's my. Oh shit. Oh my God.
Everybody, all right.
Alexa, disconnect from my iPhone.
Black King.
My boy Brian Turner, Moxie approved, man.
Hey, but I got a question though. I got a question.
Go ahead.
I forget. So how does the system work? Does it go? Okay. Who do you choose first? Your woman or your child?
Who, me?
Just everybody.
Okay, I'll go first. When it comes down to protection wise, I'll go for my child first because my child is the weaker vessel. Me, okay. She'll be weaker than my wife, right? But to sum it all up, I sacrifice my life for both of them. You see what I'm saying? How I look at it. I think a man's duty. My grandfather taught me this. And my grandmother, his wife, which was my step grandmother, which was my step grandfather, because my grandfather passed when I was 2. He let his wife run the house, but he paid all the bills, did you know what I'm saying? But one thing he always taught me though is the value of love and the value of marriage. Yeah, his wife may ran her mouth all the time, but I tell you this: when he spoke, everybody knew when to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
That's respect.
Respect was there. You know what I'm saying? And so when you switch up morality and integrity and change that for money and status, that's why people do not value certain aspects of marriage, because they don't care. They look at a woman being submissive as slavery.
I mean, I thought that was nature though.
But I never seen a lioness bark up at a lion. You know what I mean? Like, she never told the main lion to do what to do. You know what I mean? It's usually a herd of lioness and one lion. Nature proves that. You know, only species that are probably like dominant are arachnids, and nobody gives a fuck about spiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say spiders.
Yeah. But yeah, let me stop talking, man. All my guys that came through, bro. I really appreciate it, bro. Moxie, Brian, Chapo. Yeah, what's our viewpoint on all this? Grump, he in the comment section.
Well, that boy Grump in here. Shout out to Grump, man, and all the analysis, man. Hey,
oh yeah, man. He be on point. That's when he be talking about motherfuckers lying.
Man, he be on point.
He definitely on point. Hey, shout out to Mox. Let me tell you something, bro. I appreciate you for putting these white folks on blast, bro. A lot of YouTubers are scared to sit up there and tell the absolute truth. You know what I mean? Be unapologetically black or unapologetically melanated. And I appreciate that one thing about you, bro. Straight up.
Oh man, I appreciate you, man. Just want to come and show some love on your page. I like this topic. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you good, bro.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because it's one thing that you know, I've been on YouTube. It's about to be almost about 2 years, and I'm just now realizing it's a whole market for YouTubers to come on this platform and just dog out the black community.
Absolutely.
Like, it's a whole market of that. Like,
absolutely.
For real.
And it's like, it's kind of sad because it's like, well, it ain't kind of sad. It is sad, you know, because it's like over in that direction, you know, I got a big screen TV. You turn that on and you turn into any of the cable channels, 90 to 95% of the cable channels have some form of that as far as toward our community. You know what I mean? So it's like now on YouTube, you got brothers doing that. You know, the white YouTubers can't really get away with it. They'll get hate speech marks on their channel.
Right.
You know, so it's a lot of brothers that's just like, you know what, let me do it. I'll take this money or whatever the case may be. So I appreciate you saying that because, you know, though, you know, I try to help out my community, and sometimes I do have words for my community. You'll never see me base my whole entire page on dogging out my community,
right?
Ado's community. That's just not me, man. It's like there's so many other paths on YouTube you can do, you know, than choose to do that. But this is a good topic that you're talking about here, and I was listening to what you guys were saying before I got on here, and yeah, I agree with a lot of what y'all said. It's not one layer to it; it's many layers to it. I think, to me, the root of the problem is the media.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. They add stuff on top of the media, like they added different laws on top of the stuff. Because you look at, y'all was talking about the 60s and the 70s. That's when they started making all these kind of movies that kind of like
black exploitation.
Right, the Mac. All
yeah,
where
bro.
It's like
the Mac, bro.
Yeah, it was like a whole culture of the pimp and the prostitute, where it's like, you know, men coming home and bitch, don't you ever talk to me like that.
Smacking up their wives and all that. Yeah.
Yes, smacking up we you know, we were not like this. Even in slavery, you know, we was getting married in slavery, even throughout all of that. You know, we're a very tough group of people, tough-blooded group of people, you know, but then they got all these movies that come out. The music didn't help. And, you know, the music actually started off okay. You know, you did have like NWA and stuff like that, but you had people like Queen Latifah, you know, musicians that offer at least some kind of education on the woman's side and on the man's side. You know, Public Enemy. You really don't have that right now, especially with the music that's coming from the women. It's all about being a hoe and pussy popping, and that's just like all what it is. You know,
yeah, it's not real rap. I've never seen nothing like how it is now. It's horrible.
Yeah, and I remember when I was growing up, we at least had, you know, Lauryn Hill. You know, you had Lil' Kim, but you also had Lauryn Hill. You like have a selection.
You had a balance.
You don't really have that now. It's just all pussy popping. You know what I mean? I got off of TikTok because every time, you know, I open up TikTok and start scrolling through, every other joint was just some chick putting her ass in the camera. And it's like, as much as I like seeing that here and there, after a while, you kind of get tired of it. You know what I mean? And then you look at some of these women like, yo, what made you think that all I want to see is you just put your ass in the camera every video? Like, that's all I want to see. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, it's the simps, bro. It's the niggas who don't get what, you know, regular guys get. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the, you know, when it comes to the bedroom.
Yeah, it's certain people who buy into a lifestyle.
Hey, you ever met a dude and he just extra with it? Like, he just extra out with the women. Like, he think he get a lot of women, but he really don't. He just extra aggressive with women. Like, I'll never hang out with this dude ever again. Like, bro, it's not all. I'm not only here to be with women, bro. Like, come on, we here to have a good time, bro. Let them come to us.
But
it be them type of dudes.
Yeah, in their comment section on Instagram, telling them, "Oh, baby, you beautiful. Don't listen to what these dudes saying." Blah 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 blah. Because when you speak on how a woman's dressed, I tell you, a man, you should never speak on how we dress, right, boo boo? and or you're being misogynistic.
That too. Generalizing them.
Yeah, you're generalizing, but they can generalize us. So
I just wanted to tell you this. I did share your link with a group of other YouTubers that I'm in. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Mind and traffic, and shout out to Black Light Revelations. That's my folks.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Black Light. Let me see. Go to the channel real quick. I got you. I'll put the link in the chat right now. That's
yeah,
great.
but I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to let you know that you saw some people.
You good. Where is the link? Share button. All right, I got it. Let me copy it and then let me put
Hey,
that.
Brian, you was talking about that feminism the other day. You think that has a correlation with black relationships and what's going on in the black home?
It's a plague. It's a plague. But I'll get to that right now. First off, how y'all doing? Good evening.
What's up, man?
How you doing? Peace. Nice to meet you. I'm Brian. You call me B. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I met you on Grump Live, big bro.
I'm on Grump Live?
Yeah, I met you on Grump Live the other day on the Open.
I believe so, yeah. I got a bad memory.
You good?
Well, first off, per the conversation before, I remember it was mentioned what's more important, the woman or the child. So I would say neither. And what I mean by that is this. Before you can build a platform to have a white child, it's about building yourself up. Here's what I mean by that. In the military, I was in the military for a little while. We have something called actions on the objective. You don't make decisions, actions on. You don't make decisions when the mission actually starts. You do the planning and you let things flow naturally. By that I mean this. A lot of, in the military, you have a lot of young guys in the military. They want to get married as soon as they get a paycheck. They want SA, they want to be a check. They want the extra pay you get. Not realizing that there's more to a marriage and there's more to having children than just having them and being married. It takes planning, it takes development, it takes self-development. And when I said neither matters right now, what young men need to realize is, especially young black men, it's not about chasing women right now. It's not about chasing athletes who have the most churn. It's about building yourself up. So that by the time you have kids, by the time you have kids, you're married. By the time you're mature enough to take care of family, that way you don't have to worry about a amount of problems. You ain't got to worry about having too many children. You have to build yourself up, have a strong platform, a strong base. I'm sure all of us know that. I'm sure all of us who play sports, I bet you're a whole lot better when you practice, right?
I totally agree.
So what I'm trying to say is, no, I'm not saying women don't matter, children don't matter. I'm saying don't focus on that right now. And how it ties into feminism. Part of feminism is the belief that men should be chasing after and chasing skirts, complimenting complimenting women on everything instead of focusing on accumulating resources, focusing on building yourself up mentally and physically, focusing on what truly matters in your life spiritually. I believe that it's time for black men around our age to teach these younger kids. Now is not about chasing women. If you truly want, especially a particular type of woman, a particular type of lifestyle, you have to work for that.
How y'all feel about that?
Oh no, what he's saying is definitely true. That's pretty much what the red pill was built on. Working on yourself. I thought when you asked that question, I thought he was more meaning like after you have those things. Like
that's what I was looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah. Me, I would say after that, the kid becomes more important than both of y'all.
Absolutely.
When you have a kid, that's why I don't have a kid yet, because when you have a kid, it's not about you anymore. All the stuff, not saying that you can't go after your dreams and you can't do stuff. Because you still are a person, still have goals and stuff. But what becomes the most important is that child's life. You are living for that child to raise that child correctly, because the child is what's going to carry on the legacy, and the child is somewhat supposed to become a reflection of you and what you've learned. And you always supposed to try to get that child a better life than yourself. I don't think we live in a society where sometimes a man has to choose that, but I don't think a man should be in a position where they have to choose that. I think it should be the man and the woman working together to make sure they give that child the best life. And that's why they got some of these kids. I will admit, you have a lot of black kids, just like how you got a lot of Latino kids that don't have great parenting, and they out there, shooting people up. It just is what it is,
Right.
So that's why, I know Brian was talking about like beforehand, but once after you get that stuff, I would have to say the child is the most important, which is why I don't have a kid. It's a lot of things, I'll be traveling here and there. Probably one day soon. I don't know if Russia don't fuck us up, Russia and China, you know what I mean?
And they coming with their heat rock right now, boy. They said Ukraine is, Russia's not even answering Ukraine's phone calls about halting anything right now.
Yeah, I don't want to change the topic of your.
I got you. Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, the corny part about it is I've been reading all day how they saying Wednesday's the day, and it's like, what kind of invasion they tell you? All right, today I'm going.
We're popping up today. Nah,
yeah, that sounds scripted.
Russia
but
is not in a very good place to invade anybody. Russia is a economically struggling, a population struggle. Russia is not vision to invade anybody. If Russia actually does invade Ukraine, strategically and economically, it could damage their country forever.
Right.
Now should the U.S. not get involved, if Russia were to actually invade Ukraine, it'd be strategically smarter for the U.S. to sit this one out, because it'll leave Russia in a state of, no, don't get me wrong, there's a possibility China could invade Taiwan. I think China and us are looking in and realizing that, hey, if we actually do invade Taiwan, we won't have Russia's support.
Right.
Russia would be too busy fighting the backlash. Because remember, Ukraine might be a small country, strong military.
Very much.
Ukrainians are not be strong, but they have a strong military where they can give Russia a run for their money.
Right. So I gotta and Mox, I'm glad you said that you rather build yourself up, get everything right with you, and then if things doesn't go crazy, have children. So I got a video right here that I got from, shout out to the lead attorney. It's a clip from his video. I know you went at him. That was a good ass video. But
you got no beef with none of these dudes, man.
Yeah, I know. But
you know my real life. This is YouTube. You know what I mean?
Amen. Amen. But I got a video, and I want you to hear this perspective of this wonderful black queen, what she says on the FT and base situation. I'm gonna show that up real quick.
See, I'm a genius, so I'm a little smarter than you.
You don't have to answer that question. I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
Let's go to Barbara. Barbara Coleman, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. But I would like to see, can I please put the avatar on, because I'm in my bed and you know what I'm saying? You see my face, everybody see me. Can I stop the camera, please?
I'm gonna let, even though you are apparently from New York, and are you from New York?
Yes, I am.
Jesus,
you know it.
Yes, I am. All right, you can put the.
Thank you.
All right, we'll put the.
So let me tell you.
Okay, I know you, Barbara. I recognize you. Yeah, okay. I got you.
Let me tell you this. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in 100% defense of the mother.
Oh, guys. All right. Well, let's listen.
Yes.
Let us listen to this.
100% defense of the mother.
Of course, she's from New York.
Yes.
All right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What's the defense of this woman?
Okay. Because I understand the ghetto. The mother was very fearful and frightened, and she did something wrong. She should not have confronted that man. She could have got her and that child killed by doing that. What she should have did was immediately had the proper authorities handle every situation. She should have had her child medically inspected and went to the proper authorities and let them question and handle her son. She did wrong. There is no child or even adult that's gonna say this man raped me, because he already a violation.
Yeah, but let's not use the word. Let's not use the R word. Let's just use violation. Mm-hmm.
Yes, this man did this to me. She had the child on the phone with the man. Of course, that's like standing a big evil person in front of a baby and tell me the truth. No, I'm gonna lie. He ain't do nothing to me. I don't know what you're talking about. You a liar. That's what a child is gonna do. I'm very experienced in this, and it's already out there. Let me tell you something. Many of my family members are sitting in jail for 25 and better because of this situation. So I know exactly.
Because of lies?
No, because of being accused and being a pedophile. I got plenty of my family members sitting in jail for 25 years and better. So I'm
for
telling
something that they did.
They did.
Okay.
You understand? And this mother, I'm in 100% defense of her because she wasn't trying to destroy this man's reputation. She did too. She vouched up the investigation.
She went to the internet. Why did she go to the internet? What was the internet?
She vouched up the investigation by having this child frightened, trying to confront this man. You understand? So he lied. Oh, he ain't do nothing to me, mommy. I don't know what you told. No. And then he acting up. That man did everything. Now that man, believe me, he just saying that BS for clout, talking about he want to sue her for defamation because he done got the victory of the child getting caught up. So he just doing that to save face. That man ain't going to try to sue nobody because trust and believe that child was, something happened to that child and that mother was frightened and she was confused and she got manic. She got upset. She got kind of like she having a nervous breakdown. I'm going to the internet. This rapper running around doing this to people. I'm going to tell everything. And she messed things up by doing that. If the proper authorities would have investigated this man will probably be on his way to jail. Now, one thing that needs to stop, I hope they make a law. I want to call it the rich man baby. These mothers, they need to make a law that these mothers cannot get a bag when they, I accidentally put my camera back on, that they can't get a bag when they get a baby from a rich man. That needs to stop. The man need to be totally 100 responsibility to pay the bills of the child himself and not give that woman one damn dime. You understand? If that child is living in the house and he rich, he must pay the rent to that house until that child get 18 years old. All of that 15, 20,000 and 100,000 a lick a month for a child, that needs to be against the law. Then
wait, let's slow down. You're saying that he needs to pay the full mortgage where the child lives?
Yes. Instead of having to pay $100,000 a month or $50,000 a month, he should have to pay the full mortgage, the school for the child, the groceries, and all the clothes. Yes, it should not be, oh, I got a baby from Christian. I'm going to get a bag, baby. I'm going to get
So
bag.
where does the mother contribute financially if he has to pay 100%?
If she don't have nothing, she don't contribute nothing. I'm talking about a rich man. Okay? Because poor man's child support need to be modified. These young men need to stop allowing the court system to make them slaves.
Okay, wait. So if a rich man has to pay everything, does that mean a poor man doesn't have to pay anything? A poor man pays zero?
A poor man, it should be modified. If he's
I'm asking, if a rich man has to pay 100%, does a poor man get to pay 0%?
No, he has to pay up a cent, but not 100%.
Interesting. I don't see a lot of fairness in your system.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. The system is making men slaves, the poor man slaves. He don't have money, he don't have a job, he's backed up in his child support. Now he's in jail. That's unfair.
Your system is unfair. Your system where a rich man pays 100% and a poor man doesn't get to pay 0%, that doesn't sound fair either.
Do the math. A rich man is always caught up having to pay $100,000 a month, $50,000 a month. A mortgage is not going to be that much. I'm being fair to this rich man. You understand? Instead of him having to pay $50,000 a month, he should just pay the mortgage. Keep a roof over your child head and make sure she has groceries. It should be a grocery account of every grocery store that could send her groceries. I'm trying to get the bag out of these witches' hand for them to be locking down these men and these men having to pay thousands. And I'm trying to stop men that don't have money getting caught up going to jail, being a government slave. Let's talk.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're taking the mother's accountability out of the equation. You're saying that You're saying that just because the man is rich, now the woman doesn't have to work. Now she gets to kick her feet up. And because the man is rich, not only does the man have to support the child, but guess what? The man has to support the mother, because guess who's living in the house? The mother. You're saying you're being fair, and now this rich man, you're saying you're being fair, but now this rich man has to support the child and this woman who can work, but doesn't have to under your system.
See, I'm a genius, so I'm a little smarter than you. I'm gonna just tell you like this. Let me just straighten you out, okay?
Straighten me out.
I'm a genius, and I have no education. I'm educated by the Holy Spirit, and I'm smarter than you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Now, let me break it down to you once again.
Break it down.
The mortgage is $5,000 a month, okay, for a rich lady house. Let's say the mortgage is $5,000 a month.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the bag out of her hand. Why should she receive $20,000 a month?
Why shouldn't she work?
No,
Why shouldn't women work?
Hold on. Let's not talk about her income because
let's not talk about the woman. Let's focus on the man.
If the man wants to have a baby out of wedlock and not be married, he has to be responsible to house this child.
Why shouldn't both of them be responsible? He didn't have the damn baby by himself. You're so smarter than me, but you're removing the woman's accountability from the situation. Make the woman accountable. Tell that woman to get a goddamn job.
No. The woman is feeding and taking care of the
child.
No,
the woman is not feeding the child because you said that the father's buying the groceries. The father is feeding that child.
Yeah, she's gonna cook the food. She gonna cook the food.
All right.
All right, boom. So that was the end of it. Anybody ready to cut her off?
Let me bat lead off. Let me bat lead off.
Bro. Hey, bro.
Let me go in.
Who going first, bro? Who going first?
Go ahead. I just wanted. I had to get the clip out so y'all can see. And I'm sorry for it being so long, and I truly apologize.
Let me bat lead off.
But I had to show y'all a perspective. Go ahead.
Let me bat lead off. You see that? What she did at the end? You see that mentality she had just now? Mm-hmm. If you from the hood or be associated with the hood or whatever, you know that's who made these females retarded. Like, so that right there, like I was telling you earlier today, bro. Mm-hmm. That's the person putting in these females' head a nigga owns something.
You see that?
Them old hoes look like they've been smoking dope their whole lives. That's the one putting all this feminism stuff.
Yeah,
it's just some old crazy. Man. I don't know if there's a woman in the room.
That is not feminism, bro. I don't know what that is.
That's not even feminism. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is, bro. To be honest, that's some whole other.
Go ahead,
she's retarded, bro. She retarded, bro. Like I just don't understand. Okay, but she said something about the poor man though.
The poor man.
She said something about how the poor man shouldn't pay at all though. How does that work?
I didn't understand it either. She was like, he's already the slave of the system.
The welfare. I mean, I hate to say that's that welfare mentality. That's that give me something because I don't want to do for myself mentality.
Whoa.
And raise these down. That should be raising these women to raise little girls to be the way they is right now. That's why we can't get nowhere. That's the leader of the community. I'm not even trying to be on my whatever type stuff. That's who leads the community. That's who be telling these women, fuck a rapper, get a baby by a rapper, you heard me? And then he's gonna provide your lifestyle because he's the slave to the government now. It sounds horrific, but that's the truth.
So in what way can we change the dynamic and the way we the way the media projects
from people that as possible?
Yeah. I understand it. Hold on, before you finish, Mox, what's your take on the video?
Well, there's a lot of things going on with that video. I don't think y'all recognize that woman. She, one of y'all already said it though. She got some mental issues, but
for sure.
She goes on Kwame Brown's page a lot. I think he got into it with her one time, kicked her off the stream. She was calling him Kwame or something like that. Like, what? Yeah. He ended up kicking her off the stream. Her and there's another girl that I'm not even gonna mention. They was on Kwame Brown's page a couple times, so they go on all these other pages and they mention Kwame Brown. That's why when she went up there, did you notice somebody put in a super chat and put Kwame Brown on the bottom of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
Right? Yeah, that's what they recognize.
I didn't parallel to it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Bro,
that
she
woman
gotta
has
be a
mental
CIA
issues.
agent, bro. There's no way she's for real, bro.
Yeah, she
Like,
was
what?
like, men need to stop letting women do this to them. But then right before that, she was like, a man needs to be paying all of his money and all of it to. It just made that video might go viral. You might see that on World Star Hip Hop in a couple days. It just didn't,
praying, bro.
It didn't make no sense. He be taking shots at New York, but he not wrong because it's a lot of New Yorkers that go on YouTube. I had a few of them come on my YouTube page, and they just be doing all kind of crazy shit. And I think they be trying to go viral on purpose. That sound like somebody that was trying to go viral on purpose. It made no sense. Like, then she called herself a genius. I'm a genius.
She said, "I'm a genius, and I was taught by the Holy Spirit. I'm smarter than you."
It was the genius.
Right.
It was a genius for me because I couldn't figure out that if a man has to pay all of the bills, then what is the use of a woman? When it comes down to dealing with a relationship as being a parent, if he's paying all the bills, what is she there for?
Right.
I don't get it. What's your take on it? How, as a woman, let's see your perspective, because I hear a lot of single women who are very aggressive. You know what I'm saying? A lot of single mothers. I ain't saying all.
Yeah, all up in the couple's business and shit.
Yeah, and then we got a lot of single men who are, I would call them chronic masturbators, crying in the shower, eating ice cream. You know what I'm saying? And then these simp boys, and they are the ones that are pushing,
fanning the flames.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they really making this thing back. Just, while I'm talking, what's your perspective, babe? What's up?
Just from the last video we just got done watching, the lady that was speaking, was she not a part of the generation that gave birth to the video we watched prior?
Yeah. That was.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
In the sense, we are dealing with the results of what has been going on prior to today. And so that's my take on it. Yeah, we got a lot of crazy females and males, but that's a result of what had went on back then. So it's more or less, let's look at the root of where it comes from and then deal with it from there. We need to figure out, like, the biggest thing we don't have is an environment that a melanated family. We do not have that at all. I hear a lot about the Black community, this, Black community, that, and all I see is gentrification happening everywhere. So I'm like, where's that community that's supposed to be growing us as a people?
We don't have that. We don't have the resources like other communities have to sit up here and say that
we don't own shit.
We don't. There we go. We don't own shit.
We've been stripped from that, and what I think what also needs to be heard is we need to acknowledge what all we've been stripped from.
But I think
we don't have a list of. I mean, that list is really long. That list is really long. If you know, but if we
that go all the way
everything that we're stripped from, then we can start finding out solutions of, okay, well, this is our resources. This is why we don't have, X, Y, and Z.
Those come from families. Resource development, generational wealth. Those come from families. Those come from unions. Those come from culminations of families passed down.
Exactly.
The only way you could possibly talk about resources in infrastructure, all the most beautiful neighborhoods. For example, I lived in South Baton Rouge. I lived in an urban area. The next neighborhood down the street was, it was like all those nice, all the really rich, nice neighborhoods. Those are families. Those are families, and I don't mean to say that, yes, there is a lot of marginalization of Black people in this country. Of course there is. How come we can't fight against it? There's no families. Forget just unity between Black people. There's no unity between families. You have dudes going to social work with their baby mama because the baby mama has a mentality of that old bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I understand I understand exactly where all y'all are coming from, but resources are created through families. Like, for example, the first Americans here, the first Americans in this country, those are families. Families pass down resources, families pass down understanding how to build infrastructure.
Okay.
Well, one thing I wanted to add is your queen Prolific. She said a lot of good things, and Brian also. You said some good things too about the family. That's why they attacked the nuclear family. But one thing that she's totally right about that we don't get a lot of credit for is that we have generated wealth a lot in our history, and every time it's gotten to a certain degree, they came and they destroyed it. People like to hinge on, Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, where they took the planes and they destroyed an entire Black community that within itself, it was very prosperous. There's like 15 Black Wall Streets that they've done this to. They did it in North Carolina. There was a community there, and the poor whites went there and just took the whole city over, gave the mayor like an hour. The Black mayor gave him an hour to get out of the city, and literally went into the city hall and took the whole town, all the property there. They did it in Oklahoma also. They placed football fields on these people's property, never gave it back to them. And there's another one I'm gonna bring up, which you can Google when y'all have time. And I got to go in a minute, but I wanted to bring this up. Manhattan Beach in Los Angeles, it was owned by a Black family, and it was and I didn't even know this living in LA for almost 15 years. That beach was primarily for Blacks, and it was owned by a Black family. The city of Manhattan Beach out in LA manipulated this family and straight up jacked it from them and never tried to give it back and made it a part of the city. They fought against them and in the federal court for years, and they finally gave Manhattan Beach like acres of a whole beach that it primarily is for Blacks to go to a beach and be safe, before it was stripped from them. They finally had to give it back to that Black family who said that they're going to place it back to its original reason for that beach being open. But
I never heard of that. That's crazy.
We've accomplished a lot of things, and they strip it from us. Then they go back and say, well, y'all niggas don't know how to get nothing or do nothing. You know what I mean? Right. So I just want to put that in there.
Man, the fact that they blew up the Black Wall Street, bro, the fact that they bombed that shit is just proof. You know what I'm saying? That they don't ever want to see the Black man elevate. Right. That's just straight proof. They straight bombed us with military bombs. Like, come on, bro.
I also look at like
the National Guard on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. Now, go ahead, brother.
No, I also.
I was just saying.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No. Okay, well, I just look at it like this is like my grandfather also said this: the enemy is never going to give you something that's going to help you benefit yourself and get yourself out of oppression. So I always look at it like, regardless of what, we need to stop allowing them to infiltrate into our shit. Just like I was talking about, my high school is now like 60-40 white and Black now. When I went there, when I was growing up, it was an all Black school. We didn't even have a Black council. We had all Black staff, all that, even in the kitchen, all that. And now historically Black college, a historically Black college is now getting filled with white kids, but we can't even fill up Harvard, Yale, anybody else with melanated kids. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like we're being infiltrated from the inside out.
Yeah. But look, I got some stuff I gotta finish. I'm on the East Coast. It's pretty late out here.
Oh yeah, I already know, bro. I already know.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on your live. I really appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for even coming up here, man, and showing me love, bro, and bringing your own audience, bro. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I try to get some people to slide through. Brian Turner, El Domo Chapo, it was a pleasure, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. God bless you,
King. Take care of yourself, brother.
All right, I'm gonna go in the chat section now.
All right, brother.
All right.
Before I hop off myself, I want to tell you, Pro, thank you so much for letting me have a voice in your platform.
Always,
brother. It was helping me out personally. The more I talk to people, the more I socialize, the better I can get. Because like I said, I'm in school right now for my MBA, and part of what I have to do is I have to know how to socialize in the business world. I have to know how to talk. I have to know how to negotiate. I have to know how to read the room. And being able to talk like this kind of helps me out. It's kind of like practice almost.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you saying those words, man. And I thank you for being here. And like we always have, these crazy conversations over the phone, man. I hit you up when I hear some shit and be like, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? And see your perspective. And I thank you for coming up here, man, and showing love to the first podcast, man. Thank you. All right, brother. You take care. Chapo. My boy.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. How much longer we got on here, bro?
Shit, we got a little minute, man. As long as we want to take it, brother, we can always, switch subjects, I just want to say something in closing when it comes down to relationships. And I know this because I was a miserable nigga before and I was lonely before.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been a nigga that was with somebody. I've been a fuck nigga before. I've been things that I'm trying to help people understand that we can get our way out of. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you.
So
it's all about evolution, though. It's all about evolving and growing from that. You know what I'm saying? That cement. You know what I'm saying? From all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's all about just learning, bro, and learning from it. If you stay stagnant, then you just gonna be stagnant, just like all them niggas back in high school. They doing the same shit. Fucking the same hoes. The niggas wax, smoking the same weed at their parents' house in the garage and shit. You know what I'm saying? Not really elevating their mind. I'm not even saying on a physical plane, just on their mind is still like kids type shit. And it's just like, man.
It's hold
like, I don't know, you gotta just know that you came that far and just keep affirming and keep
right. I tell people ask for discernment as well. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely ask for discernment when it comes down with dealing with anybody.
What'd you say?
I don't allow people in my spirit. Discernment. I have the most high God for discernment because I feel like because it was a point in time in my life I was naive. I was married before, but it wasn't with the person that, and it's honest, and she know it too. We wasn't equally yoked. You know what I mean? She had a child prior to the relationship. And me at the time, I didn't think about it. I was how old when I met her? I was 19, 18. No, I was 18 when I met her. I think 18 or 17. It's been so damn long ago. I met her working at Walmart, and she was a cashier. I worked in the milk section, with a dairy section, and I had just lost my scholarship, my track scholarship, and I was about to get ready to go into the military because I didn't have anywhere else to go. That's just being honest. And so, me at that time thinking like, okay, what I was about to go do in the military is gonna be a very serious job. I want to be able to leave if something was to happen, have a child. So I decided to, while we was together, and this is my naive part of me, this is being a young man with no guidance as a man, decided to put a baby, in which I don't regret not once, but it's the person, because what I have to deal with nowadays, shit, that's not even a thing to get into, but
that's deep. That's deep.
I made some decisions. I made a lot of decisions that was very. It was fucked up. You know what I mean? I lost myself because I allowed a woman to try to lead me in a relationship. And you can, and
man,
you would never find any
I was
system
in that situation
of the
too,
world.
bro.
Was yeah, because I was using the ideology that my grandfather said: go home, make the money. You good, bro? Go home, make the money, get a wife the bread, she take care of the house. That's what I had. And I took that with the naivety that I had and my own just not being on my shit, bro. Just being honest, bro. I took care of the house.
Not being accountable, not being responsible and shit.
I wasn't responsible. I could take care of the house.
Bro, I done the same shit though.
Yeah, I take care of the house, take care of the kids. But me and her was equally lucky. She be downstairs on the phone. I'm upstairs. I get home from work. How I was raised, like my grandpa, he like make sure that, at least some food was on the table, but she couldn't really cook like that. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of meals that came in boxes. You feel me? And so I'm tired from work. From the army.
The dynamic.
It was crazy because you'll get mad at me because I buy a video game, bro, for $60, but I pay all the bills in the house. But you can use my money for whatever you want. But that's not even getting to that. But it messed me up to the point where I lost myself. And my daughter is now growing up in a situation where I don't feel comfortable for her because of the environment and the mindset of certain people that's around her. She's not in danger, but influence is a very dangerous thing to have. You feel me? And if you can influence somebody in a positive way, you can shoot a motherfucker to the moon. But if you can influence in a negative way, you can bury them 6 feet under. You know what I mean? So I'm just worried about that because hurt people.
That's when it comes to when Oh, I was gonna say that's like just like even with like rappers influencing the youth and shit. You know, it's putting kids in graves. Like they think they hard out here. Like they think they really shooters out here, but they really squares and nerds and lames. Like they don't even know.
Right.
Some of them don't even really get no pussy like that, to be honest. And they out here, you know, want to kill another man just off like it's a video game, like it's GTA and shit. You know, just because of the music though. So let alone a real person being around you 24/7, and you a youngling, like you a young baby with a mind like a sponge, just soaking in all of everything, bro. Like, so I understand where you coming from, bro. Like the youth is where it's at. Like that's our next move. Like that's what
all
we're supposed to be focusing on.
I think that's the only people that can be able to change this whole thing around. We can't. It ain't gonna be us old motherfuckers. It ain't. I know this not. It's not gonna be anybody that's in my generation or old that's gonna change because we can set our ways and certain things we just not gonna do. That's just honest. That's just an accountable thing about just if you know yourself, you know certain principles you're not gonna change because you're like, you know what, man, I've been doing this shit for 20-some years, man. I ain't been, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get out the groove and do something different. A lot of people don't want to do that, but with a child, man, like with this baby right here, me and her, she teaches us Spanish and shit, right? When she gets around about 3 or 4 years old, she's gonna be able to talk to anybody, damn near. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Because we get
pouring, especially if he was out here in Cali.
Yeah, because what we poured into him, and it's what we're pouring to her. You know what I'm saying? And what we're doing nowadays, we're pouring bad energy and bad juice into cup, man. Like, and it's really toxic. It's really toxic, and that's why one thing I was like, when I was homeless, and I did drugs. I ate out of trash cans. I was just going through it, bro, and I didn't have nobody. And I'm fresh out the military, medically retired. I'm only getting $567.82 a month, and I can't even stand up on my feet too long. I'm in and out of hotels, bro. One thing I made for sure, I'd never let my daughter see me like that. You know what I mean? The more I didn't want her to see her father as a weakling. I may be going through what I'm going through, but when you see me, it's time to come over to chill with me, I'm at my best. You know what I mean? Because of what I gotta pour into you. She knows my story. She knows everything I went through, but it's just the fact that as a man, I always want to look strong for her because I need the man that she gets to be stronger than me. You see what I'm saying? So
you got the right mindset.
Bro, I appreciate it. This is something that I want. You know what I mean? I don't want. I look at it now. I'm not looking to be the best father on planet Earth. I'm looking to be the best father, the best impactful father that I can be. You know what I mean? The best impactful husband I can be. I don't give a fuck about none of these bitches, none of these niggas out here, unless they affect this dynamic that I got in my household. Only thing I try to do is put out a word that maybe the shit that I've been through, because I've been a fuck nigga, I've been a liar, I stole before, I done been in fights before, you know what I'm saying? I done all, I hung around the drug dealers and did this and that, you know what I'm saying? With my experience, I'm not trying to get up here and act like I'm better than most or flex on up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I just want you to be able to help and get yourself up out of that shit so you don't have to suffer and go through the shit that I go through, that I went through. You know what I'm saying? It's shit that I sleep on at night that, and she know this for sure, that if I was to speak on some shit, I wouldn't be here, you know? And that's just facts. And so that's why I don't respect these niggas that be like, oh, I want to be gangster, this, that, and the third, and trying to show this shit on TikTok. Because the gangsters I grew up around, we had flip phone. You know what I'm saying?
That shit lame as fuck.
Nobody telling nobody that shit. You know what I mean? Like niggas wasn't talking out. Like if you did something, you did something. You ain't want nobody. You want your parents to know, your grandma to know. You didn't want your mama knowing you selling dope, doing all that shit. You didn't want your mama know you were hustling and thugging. No, you hid that shit because you had respect, and that's what's going on in our community is the respect factor. It's really gone, bro.
It's no moral. It's no moral. It's no moral compass, man.
No, nobody. They traded that for money and status. It's more morality is gone because you can easily buy a motherfucker. If you tell me this, how many lonely motherfuckers it is tonight? How much you want to bet they're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram talking about men and women ain't shit because they mad because they dick hard and they pussy wet? How much you want to bet these motherfuckers are really nothing but parasites in our community? And I mean that, and I'm not saying all, but the ones who get on there and just only thing they want to do is bash each other. It's like they're in a dick beating contest with each other, and they're trying to see who gonna fall. And it makes no sense because it reflects on the relationships that people who have somebody, they look at, and especially young people who are influenced by TikTok, Facebook, and social media. They look at this shit like, damn, so this is all how relationships supposed to be? This is how it's supposed to go? So now they
That's what I be saying. The influence is crazy out here.
Yeah, they have this image. Because no disrespect to, I don't know Cardi B. I don't know Meg Thee Stallion. But why is the fact when I pick up my fucking Facebook at 34, 35 years old, these motherfucking females I know that I fucked when I was in high school, I know for sure, who didn't even want to tell their mama we fucked in the library, you know who you are, but I ain't gonna do that. But what I'm saying is, bro, you didn't want to do that, but now you 35 years old with 3 kids, and you shaking your ass on Instagram and you talking about that sexual liberation? How are you liberating yourself when you're degrading yourself? Because no man is not going to listen. My old lady tell you this. I love her to death, but she does not wear revealing shit outside my motherfucking house. You understand me? Because I snatch her ass up if I do that. But that's the respect that she got for me, though. I ain't saying I beat my wife for folks to try to clip this shit and be like, oh, he beats his wife. No, if you believe that, fuck you. I don't care anyway. But she is not going to do that. The reason why we're together, and I've been single, and I was single for a while, and this is my second kid in 12 years. Because I choose not to procreate with motherfuckers just because we may be sleeping around. I'm responsible and accountable for my semen. You know what I mean? So the reason why we're together is because
I hear you, bro.
She was more on the latter term of she was grounded, which we don't have a lot of women that are grounded nowadays. She was willing to learn.
Nope.
She's willing to sit here and take a seat and be by my side, rather than always, well, my ideas is should come first because how I feel. She doesn't believe that feelings come before facts, and that's a big problem because I feel that no, motherfucker, 1 + 1 don't equal potato. I don't give a fuck how you feel. How is this shit gonna factually work? And this woman really equals me, man. And the crazy thing is, she's 9 years younger than me. That's the crazy thing is, she's 9 years younger than me.
Women are more mature than men, though. That's fact.
Yeah. But do you think that since a lot of women do not, and appreciate that at THPP Network, thank you for the sub, that a lot of people, when it comes down to men and women, do not base anything in logic anymore?
No, it's all about feelings and emotions.
What would you say that started that?
Mama raised ass nigga.
He said mama raised ass nigga. No, I said, okay, let me give you an example of what I mean by that. It was a liberation movement of women to get out the house and stop being housewives back in the late 70s and the 80s, especially when Oprah Winfrey came out and she was talking about being, and this was the independent women, the cosmetology women mindset comes from. Oh, she wants some more. And what comes from. So that's why I'm saying, on my perspective, that's why I believe where women decide to say, you know what? I don't need a man. I can go get a job. I can go get a degree. I can go get this, that, and the third. But in turn, they lost their femininity because they decided to go dibble dabble into the masculine side. See, just like how me and you both know, if a man decides to go have sex with another man, us men know that there's no turning back.
It's over with.
It's over with. You can say, I'm not gay no more. We ain't trying to get it. You done dabbled in the dookie, and now you think you about to come out clean, boy. No, you go better get you in your goddamn peanut brittle built ass home somewhere, you know.
For
and
real.
So facts. And so I think, and you know, some women can go dibble dabble with other women, and at the same time they be like, I got 4 or 5 kids, but my girlfriend look like my ex-boyfriend. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, that's prevalent. That's very prevalent. I don't know.
I'm
not on that in that field.
Yeah, I never got that. Like, I know a couple people who have multiple kids, but decided that things didn't work out, so they decided to, now that their relationship with a masculine looking woman. That's the best way I can say it, because you got a fade, your jeans look better than mine, and your shoes look better than me. And then some of them now take testosterone and got more muscles than me now. Well, I ain't gonna say more muscle, but they cut up, got ass, tatted. What's your take on that, brother? In those relationships, and how they impact our community? I never see none of this shit that we're talking about put on Caucasian. We never hear Tom Brady has had a certain encounter with a certain person. We don't hear about Ben Roethlisberger, his old accusations getting brought up. You know what I'm saying? But we always hear about us.
When it comes to that, that's just straight, you know what I'm saying? That's that terrorism. They just trying to terrorize the black man, like anything that he do, you know what I'm saying? But he get praised when something like, you know, the Dwayne Wade situation happened. You know, he praised. He praised for that. You know what I'm saying? But say somebody like, you know, the Ball brothers, you know how LeVar Ball, you know how he treat his sons. But he ostracized, you know what I'm saying? Like he blackballed just because he being a man. You know what I mean? And it's just the way they project the strong black man is just ridiculous nowadays, because
especially the dark.
Really, I don't know why, but yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Me and your color
LeVar Ball is light skinned, so just think.
Oh, let me not get
like R. Kelly.
Yeah, let's not, because they were talking about the figure skater that was like 1% black, and all of a sudden she's the first ever black figure skater, and she looked like
they do that a lot.
Yeah, like that's another thing.
They do that. They
have.
Does Kamala Harris count? Does she count as black? Does she count as the first black woman? For real?
For me, no. For me, no.
For me, hell no. She Indian.
No. I don't see. This is the thing. You're not black until you know what the real black experience is. And the black experience is simply this. The ostracization, if that's the fucking word, of how a certain group of people, which are Caucasian folks or lighter tone folks, treat you. I'm pretty sure that girl ain't never when she got pulled over, she ain't never have to worry about if she gonna die right then or there. Get out the car, you're black.
Never.
She never had to worry about this shit.
Never. So you could talk to somebody, they ain't never been through that.
Yeah, just like with the FT and Bay shit, they consider her black, but she's not. Her mother's a white Jewish woman, and her dad is a light skinned is a light skinned black man. You know what I mean?
See, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, go look it up. They use a lot of biracial, and I think this is what they're trying to white us out again, because they're trying to take our culture again. They are literally whiting us. They're literally putting biracial kids as the front face of what black culture is now. They started with rap, Love You Eminem, but they started with that, and now they starting to got little Peep, and all these little weird rap artists. You know what I'm saying? That's in our community. When you can battle rap somebody, I just seen a white boy get punched on Facebook, talking about they said I can't say nigga, I can't say N-word, but that is my nigga, and somebody socked the shit out of his ass, right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And people are like, oh, he was wrong for doing that. But you gotta understand respect. See, and I say this is honest. A lot of white folks, they love disrespecting people behind closed doors. Or what's the word? Subliminal jabs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they love doing that because they don't want to get ostracized by everybody else, or they pay certain people to talk about black folks, i.e., I won't even say that nigga name. There's no shout out to my boy Kwame, Tammy. You know what I'm saying? And that shit right there is beyond ridiculous for me, man. I never, I never seen a dark skinned nigga, if not my color or darker, and ashier, sit up here and talk about black folks so bad. Black bitches, black this, black. I'm like, bro, who the fuck you think you talking to?
Yeah, where this dude come from? I be thinking they Asians, bro.
No, they are, and they getting paid by white supremacy and other black people who hate black people. They really hate themselves. Decide on white folks that, oh yes, master, I do what you say, master. I.e. Jeffrey, master. I do what you say. Let me go get these niggas in line, master. Al Sharpton ass nigga.
Yeah,
you know?
Straight up.
That's what they are.
Straight the fuck up.
And it's basically us against them, not in a way that we trying to kill each other, but they really trying to eradicate us as a people. They're slowly doing it. They did the same shit when they came to Africa. They're doing it here again, bro. They're infiltrating, like I'm in Seattle. Not polygamy, but biracial relationships is real big here. Once you keep whitening out a race, you're gonna have nothing but niggas that look like this. And then they're going to be the face of my hand black as fuck. Yeah, but you know what I mean? They're gonna be like this. And they're not going to appreciate and understand black culture like how we're going to. Who is trying to get rid of black people? Get rid of black people. Okay. Certain blue blood. Let me be specific on that.
Wait, what did he say?
Somebody in the comments, Macross. We're trying to get rid of black people. Yeah. Certain blue blood. Just because you don't know or you not doing it yourself doesn't mean it's not happening. I don't know if you heard of the Tuskegee experiment. No one cares about black.
Come on, bro.
Nobody give a fuck about
There's
your
so much evidence.
Nobody give a fuck about
your evidence, bro.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about him. So dusty dick ass up out of here. Why you here for? Oh, you think I'm one of them niggas that I'm gonna
pull
block
him up. Let him talk. Let him speak his piece.
Oh no, I don't see. One thing I learned in my 30s, I learned how to guard my energy.
I feel you.
No, I don't have to give you my motherfucking time. My time is more valuable than your bullshit. So yeah, that's how they go. Nah, I ain't worried about that. You can sit up there and watch and comment. Yeah, but yeah, that's true though. That's true. They really sitting up. A lot of people. So if that's not the case, well, why do we have to deal with cultural appropriation from white people?
Man, it's so much.
We don't have black people. We're not dressing up in polo shirts and cowboy boots and acting like y'all and talking like y'all, but y'all women are definitely doing stuff. Especially doing to black women. Dressing like them, getting their edges, their hair braided. I've never seen when I was growing up, I ain't never seen a white woman dress like a black woman until when?
Never in my life.
Never. Growing up, we seen white
women
be like white women. We seen white men try to be like, now white boys trying to get cut like us. They dancing like us. They do waves, all type of shit. Why? We ain't going around putting our hair up and, you know what I'm saying, doing a little dude cut and shit. We ain't doing that.
Well, I would say, but it still comes from us. Yeah. They don't have anything for us to copy, so we can't copy.
Ain't no nigga right, ain't no nigga going around talking about I'm finna go get some Viking shit going on or some Celtic shit, even though that's still ours. Yeah.
Regardless,
yeah, all of it is ours for real.
Yeah,
even the cowboy shit.
Yeah, it's been proven, bro. Regardless if they like the shit or not, it's been proven that the first black man and black woman, first human being on planet Earth, even in Europe, it's been proven they were dark-skinned, melanated people. Why is that a fucking problem? Because it fucks up the balance of power. It fucks up information. Mo Facts, my guy, what's popping, bro? Peace to you, bro.
Oh, what's up, Mo Facts? Mo Facts in the building.
It fucks up a balance. I'm not saying that all white people are bad, but it's a certain subsection of white folks And they know this because why the fuck? If it's not real, then what the fuck we coming up with? So we just coming up with bullshit up out our ass. We coming up with oppression. We coming up with slavery. We coming up with CRT. We coming up with this shit. Y'all come to us with culture, y'all for culture, but we come to y'all for the bullshit, right? Think about that, bro. If black people are so much the motherfucking problem on planet Earth, who are causing all the wars? Who's
black people?
Who's causing all the?
We don't own the guns. We don't own the military.
We don't own shit. So how are we the fucking problem?
Man, it's crazy, bro.
But people like what's that? Rittenhouse boy can go to fucking Burger King, right? But you don't want.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But he went shot up a whole church, killing old folks, children, women, all that. But he can go to Burger King. But somebody black ass can get pulled over for a traffic citation and a bench warrant and don't even make it home to their kids. I'm gonna say this, and I'm being honest, white folks, y'all don't worry about certain shit that we worry about. I don't give a fuck how y'all feel about that. This is true. I just got finished reading a fucking book about this shit. They teach their kids. Where your laptop at, buddy? Is it charged? It's there. Is that man? I gotta pull that shit up next podcast, bro. But they teach their kids about, especially during the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, about the destruction in black neighborhoods and how fatherless homes.
Why you think that documentary?
Yeah.
How fatherless
homes.
homes.
Like they going in a zoo or some shit. Like they ain't never seen black people before and shit. Like, why the white man gotta say it? Why the white man gotta produce it? Like
why? As soon as a black person say about what y'all did or doing or done, oh you're just trying to start a race war. You're just trying to start some shit. But we have to hear about 9/11. We got to hear about the Holocaust. We got to hear about 1776. We got to hear about 1861 through 1864. We got to hear about the Spanish.
But that was in the past, though. In the past.
Yeah, but no. Just because it was in the past, no, we got to
see how that affects today.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. They're gonna say that. But no, you got to understand these people need to be sympathized and loved because they parents, their grandparents, their great grandparents went through this. So what about ours? What about those generational curses that got put on us? See, it's you don't just say it. Just be honest. You don't give a fuck. That's what it is.
Man, straight up. Just tell me to my face.
Parents raped in front of their family.
Yeah. We never heard white men getting buck breaking. We never heard about getting raped in front of your kids. Then your wife get raped in front of the kids, and even if a child was acted up, they killed the child.
They raped the child.
And raped the child.
Did you? Brutal.
Wow.
Was our people eating your people?
Thank you.
Nat Turner
throwing babies to the crocodiles and the alligators.
It gets worse.
It gets worse than that.
But if you don't take the time to dig that up,
I'm finna go
understand how that affects today. There's a reason why they threw away and destroyed a lot of our history.
Thank you.
Ugly.
Yeah,
and I respect the white folks
all the way back.
Yeah, I respect the white folks. Be like, yeah, I understand that, and they hear us out. The ones who want to hear us out because trauma has to be. You have to have an outlet for that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of some shit that happened to me, it still affects me to this day until I can get up out that trauma. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm able to express and get myself up out of that. And it's things that I'm working through myself. So you have a whole generation of people who are lost with no identity.
Yep.
With no parent, no parental guidance, no wealth. But I can tell you this, I know a motherfucker that stay right up here right now. And she know I ain't lying. This motherfucker don't bathe. This motherfucker.
You told me. You didn't tell me, but I heard a live you was on with Grumpy. You was telling me how bruh just be skanking the elevator.
Skanking all that. But they got bro. Motherfucker walk outside in the cold with no shoes on. The dog in the house. The house and the dog all that shit smell together. And they look at me stupid because I have a mask outside my door. But this man has a fucking chemical nuclear reaction that's waiting to fucking overflow through the fucking door upstairs. And they bother, man, I got my family I take care of, bro. He's like, I'm white and I don't see race. I see brothers and sisters around. I appreciate that. A lot of people don't see that.
But that doesn't help our cause. Not
What,
to be rude.
yeah, what you say? It ain't gonna help the cause. I definitely understand. But you gotta have accountability. You gotta understand that this shit happened, regardless if you like it or not. And generations were pushed ahead financially, ahead of people, and wealth was kept away from a race of people. You know what I mean? To this day, it's still happening. And until that shit is acknowledged by them,
Bro, you take the word out of my head. I was saying acknowledgement in my head. That's crazy. Acknowledgement. I think so. Is that what? Hold on, my GPS in my ear. So is that what black people want? Acknowledgement?
No, it's not. That's not. And we need to stop calling ourselves black. We are not black. We need to start calling ourselves by our original names, because that right there is causing the division itself. Words, it's play on words.
He said, "What's our original name?" You gotta hear what he say.
Oh, that is for you guys to go find out. Because
I say black Moors. So
he said black Moors.
It's further than just the black Moors. Black, we never called ourselves black.
I'll be right back, guys. I just gotta go handle some business.
Okay. We never called ourselves black to begin with. That's just.
So who are we? Who are we?
Who are we, or what are we?
Both. Who are we? What are we?
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's gonna take some. Yeah, I'm good.
Are black people universal? Are melanated people universal people, and we can't categorize it because we're so many different things? Or are we all just?
I see it like a tree. It's literally, yes, we have different tribes. Just like I'll give an example. You have a certain last name. Our family goes by a certain last name. That's our tribe. But we all come from the same tree. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
But
so what's that tree?
You have
So what is
the
our
Mayans, Aztecs, the Samoans.
Okay.
Those are the different tribes.
Okay, the Samoans, the Tongans.
You know how they all look a certain way? They say, quote unquote, black people look the same. A certain group of people look the same. That's a tribe. That's a family. There's a reason why we look like certain, tribes. But we're still all united. Just because we're cousins, just because that don't mean we're not family. That don't mean we're not just one. And I feel we get so far into dividing ourselves, we don't know how to come together and have a solid foundation to grow from.
I get it. But I'm just trying to figure out, like, what do we call ourselves, though? So like, that's a real genuine question.
To be general.
What should we call ourselves? Beings. Like, who are we? Like,
human beings. But do you not know who you are yourself?
No, like I said, black Moors. I trace myself back to the black Moors family back in Spain.
As a black Moor.
And that's the farthest I got. I can go back to ancient Kemet too and be like all those tribes, but that's just it's a lot.
Well, I'll give an example. I'll use myself as an example. I claim as an indigenous Aboriginal of Fredonia, Kenosha. Not everybody knows about that. I don't know if you've heard of that. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of that. Yeah, so you got your indigenous ID and all that?
Indigenous Aboriginal of Fredonia, Kenosha. Have you heard of Fredonia and or Kenosha?
I've heard of it, but I don't know too much about it, though.
So Fredonia or Kenosha is the original term of all land. What they call Pangea, when all the continents and land was together. Pangea is a white term. I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's just so
I get you.
Same frequency. That's their term, is Pangea, but our original is Fredonia, Kenosha. And here in the Americas, what they call the Americas, really it's actually Turtle Island. The original name is Hanoa or Hanuna Manisi. Again, not a lot of people know that, but if you don't take the time to find yourself and look at your history, where you come from, you're not going to know yourself. And to understand that we all are one and one is all, until we come into a universal understanding of that, we're still going to fall down. We're still going to fall apart because we keep trying to build from a foundation that's separate.
Exactly. I think first we have to start off from figuring out who we are. Like that's the first step for real. Like if you don't know who you are, how could you represent anything? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, if you don't know you're a Los Angeles Laker, how you gonna play for the team?
Exactly.
First, you gotta know you on the team.
In the Kool-Aid if you
what
don't
team
know
are you on?
Exactly.
So I'm right there with you. But first we gotta agree on it's a like you said, it's a universal agreement. It's a conscious collective we all gotta fall on. I feel like we're going in the right direction though, because talking about this on this panel is what's making the ball roll. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us just being stagnant, like like the math.
Definitely. And it's a progression. And we don't have to rush it. There's no need to rush it. As long as we understand that it is what it is, and we just got to do what we got to do to push forward. There's no need to rush anything. It's going to come together. We just have a lot of I'll give an analogy. When I played basketball in high school, one thing my coach told us is that the strongest player is as strong as the weakest player on the team. So we as a people have to understand that we are as strong as the weakest player. But something that I believe it was Nat Turner stated, and correct me if I'm wrong, even in the quotes, correct me if I'm wrong, but he even stated that, okay, we're going to have to get rid of some of these weak ones because we can't have too many weak ones bringing us down. We ain't going to get the job done. And this is where I feel the division is starting to happen amongst our people, because we really have a lot of our strong ones trying to put in the work and push us further in, but we got those weak ones who are kind of holding us back, and it's a hard fight.
No, it's more of like a spiritual internal battle. We're definitely at a spiritual war right now as we speak, and not only just with the opposite race, but also within ourselves and with our own people, as you would call it. But like you said, we're all different tribes. It's like how I think it's more of a mental, like I said, it's a spiritual tribe though. Like how we're on one frequency, not every person of our skin tone is on the same frequency that we on.
Correct.
And that's where I identify myself and and the people that I talk to and who I associate myself with. That's how I, tribalize myself and put myself in where I can be comfortable and speak and build on what we have with this community that we're in right now, which I call it the spiritual community. But yeah.
Okay. Respected. And that's completely understandable. I feel that everyone has to find their way the best way they know how, because we all work differently. We're all as different as our fingerprints. So we got to find what works for us. We're not supposed to be on the same page. We're all supposed to be on different frequencies. That's a reflection of us as divine people. Let me stop. But I agree with what you're saying.
I got you. But yeah, on the whole relationship tip, I'm about to head out too in just a second. I don't know where Prolific went, but on the end note, single people, stop listening to single people talk about relationship advice, please. Like, if you want a solid relationship, don't listen to somebody who just got out of a bad relationship or isn't in a relationship at all, please. And with the whole interracial thing, like if you want to date outside the race, that's cool. But don't come speak on black love. Like I just don't. I don't really. I'm not really too much on that one. Like, I just don't feel you would have any input if you're dating outside of the race, because you're breeding with a different race. So how would you speak on black people being together if you're with whatever else? That's just my.
White America would not allow us to speak on.
But go ahead, Prolific. I listen before you.
You good? But no, you good, brother. No, white America won't allow us to speak for them. They won't allow us to speak for them. So why are we allowing them to speak for us? You know what I'm saying?
And that's we gotta speak for our own, speak for ourselves.
Yeah, fact. And I think that. What's up, boo? She said she want me. All right, hold on. And huh? Oh. You all right? They're doing a podcast right now, so we'll play in a minute, okay? You gonna say okay? You gonna say hey to everybody? No. No. Oh. Okay, got it. I see you in a second, Bookie. Now, we definitely got to be more accountable when it comes down to standing up for our own people and holding our own people accountable, and stop letting folks come in and say they know us better than we know each other. You know what I'm saying? We got too many DJ Blaz. We got too many DJ what's that nigga name?
Adam 22s.
Adam 22. We got too many of those people that get too many. We have allowed too many. We gave these niggas light skin passes. That's what we call it back in the day. With light skin pass because we like, well, we ain't gonna fuck him up because you know he's still a brother, you know. But and we'll say that's that light skin shit. You know what I'm saying? We always said that's when I was saying we was growing up, you know. And nothing against any light skin people, you know. If you take offense, I don't even give a fuck if you take offense right now. If you do, that's your business, not mine. I ain't mad. But
if you black, I love you, man. If you with the excellence and the melanated vibe, man, I fuck with you and I love you off top.
Off top, brother. I love you too, my brother. I'm glad I was able to be in the presence of another king, man. We need to have these discussions because I think that rather than worrying about if YouTube is going to monetize or demonetize or we're going to have somebody try to shame us all over the internet, that's been a big thing to control us. It's the shaming us. You know what I'm saying? We don't. Nobody needs to hear how y'all struggle. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. That shit so long ago. That shit's so no. It's still going on today. It's still going on today. So I just feel like our people need to.
We gotta build our own community, and like your woman said, we gotta. Yeah, there you go. We saying the same shit, bro. We saying the same shit. We gotta build that foundation, like lady said, strong foundation. Figure out who we are. Come on agreement. We gotta come on one accord as a people. You know, as a tribe, as a one big community, village, whatever you want to call it, bro. You know where I'm going with this, but it starts here. It starts here, and
it starts with these conversations.
I'm gonna tune out.
Same here.
I'm gonna for sure tap in with you, bro. We know we're gonna get on that.
Did Warzone finish down low?
I'm gonna add you on Activision when I get home, and it's all good, bro. It's all love.
Most definitely. Listen.
I don't know. I'm not at home right now.
Okay, it's all good. But listen, everybody, we about to get ready to end this live because little mama's up and she want to play with daddy and all that stuff. But hey, shout out to Moxie Approved. Shout out to Brian Turner. Shout out to Chapo for stopping by. Shout out to Mo Fact for stopping in. THPP Network. Thank y'all for commenting. And even and Khalid Carter, thank you for commenting, brother. And even the bitch that has something stupid to say. Thank you, dumbass motherfucker. I appreciate your.
It's all up.
What is it? Whore. How are you, good fellow? You know so, I like to thank him for that engagement because that's gonna help me push this shit up into the algorithm. Like and share, subscribe for more. And yeah, we out this motherfucker. Y'all be blessed.
Peace.
Peace.